All right, good morning or afternoon, depending on when you're seeing this video. You are working on your Chapter 6 study guide. This is number 25 and 26 on that study guide. I thought I'd take some time today and do them with you in case you had any confusion. So they want us to graph y equals the square root of x plus 3 for number 25, but also we need to describe the transformation, if there is a transformation, and describe the domain and the range. Let's start with graphing. I'm going to try to pick easy values for x. Since we're dealing with square roots, this would be especially helpful. So this time I'm going to pick, let's start with 0. Square root of 0 is 0. 0 plus 3, 3. 0, 3 is your first point right there. Now let's pick 1. That's another easy one. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. So your next point is 1, 4. Let's do 4 next. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. So your next point is 4, 5. Right, 4, up, 5, right there. Now I'm going to pick 9 for my fourth point. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So 9 and up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. Let's connect all the dots best we can. And I say that's okay. Now we need to observe the graph to see if there's any transformation that took place. And in fact, there is. It shifted up 3 units. So shift up 3 units. Now we need to talk about the domain and the range. We're going to do it in interval notation. You've seen that hopefully by this point. Domain is all your x values. I start at 0. And if I were to expand that graph, I'd go on infinitely. So I'm going to include the symbol for infinity. And I put a round bracket on there. Remember, infinity is not a number. It's an idea. It's a concept. So we include the parentheses with it. Range. Range is all your y values. I start at 3. That's my lowest y value. And similarly to x, I go on infinitely. So include the symbol for infinity. And don't forget your parentheses, because again, infinity is not a number. So that's number 25. Give you just another moment here to get that copied down or finish getting copied down. You can pause the video at any time just to make sure you get it down. I'm going to move on to number 26 in the meantime. 26, this time we have y equals 2 times the square root of x minus 1. I want to start by graphing it. This time I can't start at 0, however, because if I do 0 minus 1, I get negative 1. Then we're in the imaginary number system. I don't want to do imaginary numbers. So I'm going to start with 1 this time. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. So my first point is 1, 0, right there. Now I'm going to go to 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. So 2 is my next point. Now I'm going to pick 5 for my next point. 5 minus 1, 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So I go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. My last point, I'm going to pick 10. 10 minus 1, 9. Square root of 9, 3. 3 times 2, 6. So 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect all your dots. Graph will look something like that. Now we need to describe any transformations, if there are. There are, actually. This number indicates whether or not there's a stretch or a shrink. If it's bigger than 1, it's a stretch. 2 is bigger than 1, so I have a stretch. And it's a factor of 2. This number in the radical, if there is a number in the radical, indicates whether or not we shift left or right. I see x minus 1, and you can see from observing the graph, we shift right. So we shift right 1 unit. Finally, describe the domain and a range. Once again, we're doing it in interval notation. Domain's all your x's. I start at 1 this time, and I go on infinitely. So 1 to infinity, with a round bracket at the end, or a parentheses, if you want to call it that. Range, this time I start at 0, just by looking at the graph. And if I were to expand, I'd go on infinitely. So, whoops. Let's try that again. There we go. 0 to infinity is your range this time. And that is number 26. So hopefully that helps you out with those last two on the Chapter 6 review. If you have questions, shoot any of the Algebra 2 teachers an email. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Happy studying.